Hello and welcome to Inside Edition, where we discuss national, regional and international issues in depth. The Federal Republic of Germany and the Kingdom of Bahrain enjoy outstanding mutual relations and continuous cooperation in various fields. Such ties are highly supported by the two countries' leaderships and consolidated through constant coordination that result in further expansion of aspects of bilateral collaboration throughout the past 50 years. To talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined here in the studio by His Excellency Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Kingdom of Bahrain, His Excellency Mr. Kai Beckmann. Hello and welcome back. Joining me here in the studio is the Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Germany to the Kingdom of Bahrain, His Excellency Mr. Kai Beckmann. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me here for this very important occasion.
Yes, the occasion that you're referring to is something we would like to congratulate you on, as the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Federal Republic of Germany are celebrating the 50th anniversary of establishing their diplomatic relations. What can you tell us about the history of these relations and what kind of stages were witnessed in the development of these relations?
It all started on the 17th of May 1972 at actually 11:30 Bahraini time.
Okay.
Both governments, the government of the Federal Republic of Germany and the state of Bahrain, issued a declaration declaring that they would now establish diplomatic relations on an ambassadorial level. Okay. Since then, our relationship has developed steadily, and important milestones were in 1986, when the first German embassy was established in the diplomatic quarter.
Okay.
1996, when the first resident German ambassador was present in Bahrain, and 2011, when the beautiful embassy building in Salmania Avenue was opened.
Amazing. When we talk about the diplomatic relations, they also witness a lot of exchange between people, manpower, cultures between the countries. That's actually part of diplomatic relations. So how do you value the keen interest of Bahrain and Germany's leadership to actually bolster these relations between the two countries?
We feel that there's a very strong support, and I'm very grateful to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and to His Royal Highness Crown Prince Prime Minister Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa for their support. And both have actually visited Germany. His Majesty visited Berlin in 2008, a visit which was exchanged by a visit then by Chancellor Angela Merkel to Bahrain in 2010. And we are very happy that also the current federal president of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, has visited Bahrain when he was foreign minister.
Wow, yeah, that's true. Also, from my recollection, our previous minister, the German Minister of Defense, was also here during Bahrain's many events, such as the IISS, Manama Dialogue, and other exchanges as well within different sectors. How did the official exchange visits result in actually furthering Bahraini-German relations?
There's a very, very strong understanding and a strong relationship. And we are very happy also that His Excellency Foreign Minister Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani visited Berlin 3 times. He assisted at the Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue now in March and had a very good and fruitful meeting with German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock. And this strong understanding is based on the commitment of both our countries to a rules-based international order, fostering peace and understanding between nations. And we have a very, very strong contact even day to day. Our embassies, the Embassy of Bahrain in Berlin and our embassy, the teams, the ministries of foreign affairs, are cooperating on a daily basis. And one symbol of our close cooperation is the logo for the 50-year celebration of diplomatic relations, which we are using jointly in Berlin and in Bahrain.
That's great. These small indicators have a lot of history behind them, and when someone actually researches or looks into the essence, what the logo looks like and everything, that history can be revealed. How do you, or in Germany, Germany is actually Bahrain's third most important business partner within the European Union itself. Can you expand on how the joint trade and the economic relations facts and figures put into this relationship being as strong as that?
Yes, it's actually quite surprising that notwithstanding the difficulties of COVID-19, we have seen over the last year a constant rise of trade in both directions. So companies in Bahrain and in Germany make the use of the synergies and the win-win situations and translate it into concrete figures. We have seen that the imports to Bahrain from Germany in 2020 amounted to 506.2 million euro. This was a 33.5% increase compared to 2019. But also the Bahraini exports to Germany rose by 28.6% to reach 124.9 million euro. We don't have complete figures now for 21, but we have estimates for the first semester which show that this trend is continuing with the Bahraini exports to Germany actually rising by 35.7% in this first semester, and German imports to Bahrain by 56.8%.
That's amazing. When you listen to these kind of figures, it's important also to know that these are one field, that is the economic field, but the exchange between both countries is vivid within the education. We were talking about education, healthcare, exchange of expertise, conferences, visiting experts. What can you tell us about the importance of those kind of exchanges when it comes to expertise specifically between two countries such as Bahrain and Germany?
There's a lot of potential, and there are pioneers who already make use of this potential and which we see as role models. So the German universities offer great chances for students from Bahrain to obtain high quality education in so many fields, from medicine, engineering to other high-tech areas. And of course, the key to enter into the German universities is the German language, and the German embassy for now more than a decade has been offering language courses in cooperation with the Goethe Institute Gulf to hundreds of Bahraini students, from children, youngsters to adult students, and these courses actually have brought forward also some Bahraini students who graduated in Germany and come back and share their experience. So we see more and more chances for this. And by the way, quite a few courses in Germany are already offered in English, bachelor and master's courses. So German is of course handy for daily life, but you could even do your study in English.
Absolutely. And actually a list of these universities and getting more help when applying to education in Germany is available through the embassy's different departments, specifically the Visa and Education Department. Thank you for that, because when we talk about the exchange of education, it is really a general prospect to make each country's economy progress or strengths progress. So whether it's in the healthcare or engineering, as you said, and these expertise are important to exchange. But what can you tell us about how do you value the constant cooperation between these two countries in all of these fields? Is this a continuous thing? Is there a lot of work that goes into keeping these relationships ongoing?
It is a continuous process, and there are many milestones also in healthcare. I would like to mention initiatives by German doctors promoted, for example, by Cologne Tourism, who come to Bahrain, perform operations for patients from Bahrain, but also from the region, and train Bahraini doctors. We see there a win-win situation where the expertise from Germany and Bahrain's strategic location as a regional hub can be used to make Bahrain a center of excellence with the German know-how.
Absolutely.
Other fields of cooperation are energy transition and climate action. This is a very important field, and we were very happy that His Excellency the Foreign Minister participated in the Berlin Energy Transition Dialogue, because in this field also there is great potential for cooperation, and we appreciate the pledge by Bahrain to reach net zero by 2060, to reduce emissions by 35% to until 2030, and we are very, very happy and see potential for cooperation to pool German expertise and the Bahraini conditions together.
Absolutely. Because of the unified vision, 2030 vision of Bahrain, and also the United Nations and the unified vision of almost over 190 countries of the world in trying to fight climate change, that is a very futuristic and prospect that's important to invest in when it comes to energy saving methods, when it comes to sustainability, and succeeding in fulfilling the 17 United Nations sustainability goals. When we talk about the two countries, Bahrain and the Republic of Germany, they are currently celebrating their 50th anniversary of joint relations. What can you tell us about what the embassy has planned for this grand event?
We will honor, of course, the 17th of May with a special event, but also we have a series of events, cultural events, musicians from Germany, a film festival planned for the second half of this year to make this year special and to underscore how happy, how pleased we are because of our strong relation with Bahrain.
Right, that's how the embassy cooperates with local agencies such as the Ministry of Culture and everything they had, and as well as in the residence house, there were very beautiful musical events that happened and artistic exchanges.
We see that music is a language which can bring together peoples, and we are very grateful for the support of Bahrain's Authority for Culture and Antiquities, for the wonderful concerts during the Bahraini festivals, which brought Bahraini musicians here. And we will, especially this year where we celebrate 50 years of diplomatic relations, make a highlight of this.
Amazing. The 50 years celebration is very soon. What are we going to be covering? What are we going to see when we do the coverages for people through the media?
Well, you will see a lot of activities, and I think this is an occasion also to highlight all the individual actors, Bahrainis and Germans, who have participated to make this relationship special. Because our Bahraini friends and our German community here in Bahrain, they are very, very active bridge builders by their personal contacts, by business partnerships, by cultural activities. They help to foster and to bring to life this relationship. And we, as embassy, are in a way the focal point, and we support all these initiatives wholeheartedly.
Amazing. You have been here in the Kingdom of Bahrain, specifically you, since 2018. Since the start of your assignment, what have been the greatest developments and launch initiatives at the German embassy in terms of consolidating the bilateral relations, and what are your plans for the future in order to enhance these relations in all fields?
So the last 4 years, of course, have been partially characterized by COVID, and we had to adapt to be very, very flexible. But there were always windows of opportunity where we could realize in-person events such as the concerts in the cultural hall. But of course, with COVID-19, it has been very good that we took the strategic decision in 2018 also to open a window to the German embassy by our social media channels on Instagram. We are very pleased with the interaction with our users, with the friends of Germany and Bahrain. And especially during COVID-19, this has been such an important link to our community.
Yeah.
And also on Twitter, with my Twitter account,
Yes.
we provide actual up-to-date information about Germany, Bahrain, and the activities of the embassy.
Absolutely. Actually, when you go into the Instagram account of Germany and Bahrain, you can see a lot of reference to different places in Germany and also events that the embassy or you yourself undertook in Bahrain itself, shedding a lot of light on it. What are you seeing for the future of these kind of interactions, or how are you going to enhance these relations in the future?
I think our relationship will grow stronger and stronger, as it has grown stronger and stronger over the past years. We have many fields of potential, and I see especially the young people, also the Bahraini startup scene,
Yes.
and their counterparts in Germany as very strong bridge builders.
Yes.
One of my first events when I arrived in Bahrain was a meeting, joint meeting of Germany, Saudi and Bahraini startup entrepreneurs who just performed together a travel from Germany over Saudi Arabia to Bahrain. And these creativity networks, I think, are great to bring forward our relationship.
Absolutely. It's not just the work of the official entities such as the embassies, but also the people themselves. They exchange their cultures and they bring this to them. So what can you tell us about the German community here in the kingdom? What are the key sectors that you find the German citizens in Bahrain are currently engaged in, whether work-wise or socially or that kind of stuff?
We are very proud of our German community in their diversity. They represent the best of German society. We have a wide range of professions, from doctors, technicians, engineers, teachers, and not only in their professions do they participate. Media, yes,
yeah.
And we have German companies also which employ hundreds of Bahraini staff.
Yes.
In their social activities, the German community is very, very active, and we are very proud and grateful to their support to charitable events such like the International Embassy's Bazaar of the Mother and Children Welfare Society, where we had such a wonderful support from the German community to have a lively and very active stand at this event.
It was very nice. And now, before we end today's episode, from your point of view, what are the main fields that you see can witness upcoming cooperation between the two countries?
I think the field mentioned, climate action and energy transition, is very important and crucial, because it is also important for our survival, because we face these existential challenges posed by rising temperatures. So therefore it's not only a matter of economic potential and potential gain, but also of a strong self-interest to preserve our environment. Yeah. Another potential I see in the field of German language. We see that there are some schools in Bahrain which have started to teach German as a foreign language. If we look to other countries in the region with a tradition of teaching German in a host of schools, I see there also potential for further cooperation. And the embassy and the German government is there also to support all schools which want to offer German as a foreign language, or even the German curriculum, with help and material support.
Yes, that's amazing. Well, we've come to the end of the show, but before we end today, the German embassy in Bahrain has a lot of relations when it comes with different sectors of the government and the private sector. What can you tell us, just a couple of words from you on this occasion of 50 years of cooperation between Germany and Bahrain, having that in mind?
Of course, it is also a sense of gratitude for all the support we receive, the close cooperation, and with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a sense of gratitude to the predecessors who shaped this relationship. We have, I think, Bahrain offers a wonderful environment for every ambassador, every German ambassador to work in. And so I'm very optimistic that the next 50 years will see a strong development of our relation in all fields.
Definitely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for being with us and for giving me some of your time to explain these pointers and why the 50 years of relationship between Bahrain and Germany have always been flourishing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we'd like to thank you, dear viewers, for watching us, and we'll see you next week in another episode of Inside Edition.